chance to talk about themselves and their careers. Join us now for the next hour as we explore the marvelous industry of acting through actors and actresses from today's exciting show business world. And now, here's your host, Ron Brewington.
Hi, everybody. I'm Ron Brewington, and welcome to The Actor's Choice. Our guest today is an actor, a director, a writer, and a producer. He's truly a multi-talented individual. On the screen, he's known for Journey to Spirit Island, Creeping, and Raekwon's Cuties. I've known this gentleman for nearly 20 years, and in that time, I've known him for the many, many projects that he's done, especially for children. They call him the People's Filmmaker. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Tim Greene. Tim, welcome.
Wow.
Welcome.
Thank you. I was looking for that guy. Who done all this stuff?
That be you. That be you.
Well, thank you, sir. How are you?
I'm great. It's surprising.
That long. Ron still looks the same after 20 years, man. My goodness.
Well,
Can I get some of your vitamins?
It's in the genes, you know.
Yeah.
It don't crack. It don't.
Well, I want gene 32. Can you get that out there for me? How are you?
I'm fine. It's good to see you. I know you run all around the country, and you stopped here in Los Angeles. You told me you was coming. We moved people to make sure that you were on the air today.
Thank you.
Hey, it's our pleasure. We don't get to see Tim Greene every day, and you look talking about you. I haven't. You haven't aged a bit yourself.
Well, keep me
not
positive.
72.
No, 85.
Oh, 85. Okay.
Go to IMCC. You know, we can be 85 and counting.
And counting. Now, where are you from? Originally from?
My car. That's where I live at.
Yeah.
Not Philadelphia.
Philadelphia, PA.
Yeah.
All right.
Philadelphia.
All right. Mm-hmm. And when did you get started in this business?
I got started like at 10 years old. I was playing the flute on Bozo the Clown, and I still have my Bozo the Clown backstage pass. When I was 10. I was playing the flute and doing my little jig at 10. Single parent home, Mom raised 6 of us by herself, but she put things in our space.
God bless her.
To move us forward.
God bless her. And her name?
But, I don't give out anything because internet people be searching all over the place. Like, where does they stay? There's this house. Look at Google Image.
Well, Mom, thank you very much for the job you did with this gentleman and 5 other people.
Exceptional.
Definitely. Now, when I first ran into you, you were working in radio.
Yeah. Still doing radio and taking it to a higher level now.
Okay.
So when I first met you, we were teaching at American Radio.
Right. Oh, Lord. If you ever come to L.A., folks, be careful of American radio.
No, I didn't even know I was going to come. At 3 in the morning, I just said, Mom, I'm going to L.A. Mm-hmm. Sold all my stuff to my brothers, $10 for a big TV set, and just came on out. And I was blessed, to get to work with you. And then 2 weeks later, got on the top station in Southern California.
Wow.
So that was, and they had trash bags of CDs and tapes of people trying to get into KKBT.
Right.
And that was, blessings, but I feel you have to be in the right place, right time, and whatever's for you is going to be there for you.
Right. Can you show us photo number 1, sir? This shows you where you were in there you go.
Oh, yeah, I go all around the country, like 30 city tours. That's Philadelphia, and I'll see talent who are filmmakers, and I know all the radio personalities all around the country, and they invite me in from television, NBC, Fox TV, ABC.
Okay.
And, I appreciate every single newscaster.
Now, you got work. Can you show us photo number 2, sir? Okay. There you go.
Yeah, that's in Greensboro and then New York with other top filmmakers and producers of television shows.
Okay, understand. All right. But you also worked at, let's see, KMPC.
Yeah, that was a sports station. I never even watched football, but I was like, okay, I'm going to learn all of these different sports because I'm just a tennis player.
Okay.
120 tennis trophies, and KMPC got me into sports because that was a ESPN sports
Can you show us
station.
the photo with the tennis trophies on it, please, sir? Because he's got a few of them. Just to say 1 or 2 is a mistake there. He's got quite a few of them up there. You've played with what? You played with...
Billie Jean King,
Thank you.
Arthur Ashe, gave me tennis lessons, and got a scholarship. The Fernbergers got a scholarship right at the main stadium to Princeton, New Jersey. They had a tennis camp there at 13. So I was traveling around the country, had itineraries at 13.
And what was your professional name?
Just... The Prince. They call me the Prince. I use Prince tennis rackets. The Prince, Tim Greene. Watch out for that backhand. It was amazing. And then I used that when I came here to Hollywood to get into the Beverly Hills country clubs and everything. And then I ended up winning a lot of celebrity tournaments. I got the Sacred Pyramids here that I won at the Beverly Hills Country Club, and Venus and Serena. They were playing. They were young.
Venus
you
and
get to
Serena.
Meet
Who's that?
Venus and Serena Williams.
Oh,
they were
yeah.
they're playing. You got to meet Richard Roundtree, all the celebrities that play tennis, and I ended up winning. Then I won John McEnroe's tournament, so I got to play at all these big country clubs through tennis, and you get to meet all the executives, Columbia pitchers, presidents, and everybody that plays. So you use that and say, wow. And I tell people, don't tell me who you are, because I don't want to treat you differently.
Right.
And I'm end up, did you know he ran Warner Brothers and this person ran Paramount? I'm like, wow.
Wow.
So life is great.
Yes. Now Arthur Ashe, I understand Arthur Ashe, Billie Jean King taught you a little tennis.
Yeah, they had World Team Tennis, and they would come into the hood. Arthur had his tennis thing on his back and teach you tennis, because that got me out of the hood.
Okay.
And then I ended up being their ball boys. And then I was a ball boy for Rob Reiner, Charlton Heston. They did a tour for muscular dystrophy. And I was like, Mom, I'm ball boy for Moses. Because, he played then,
Yes.
So you get to meet all these great people. And, Lloyd Bridges got to play tennis over Pacific Palisades at some of the, these great people's houses. I can't, say their names and get their houses out. But, tennis got me to where I am now. So I don't know where I'd be now. I wouldn't be here.
Right. Tim, the thing that I admire about what you do, first of all, your attitude. That's first and foremost. Secondly is the fact that I have an expression called the 3 E's: education, exposure, and experience.
Right.
And a lot of us don't get it. Here you are, a young man, going out there, meeting all these people, getting that exposure that so desperately you need, like everybody else, and then you put it to good use years later. We'll talk about that as we go more through this show.
Okay.
You starred in movies alongside Jamie Foxx, Terrence Howard, Tom Cruise. Talk about opportunities.
But you have to put yourself where opportunities are.
Okay.
And then there was a guy, Jonathan Scott, he owned the tow truck company. He used to do all the shows, and Jamie Foxx would be the comedian. I would be the DJ from the radio station.
Wow.
And I saw how Jamie worked hard, how Terrence Howard worked hard. And every time the Jackson Story comes on, hey, Tim, I saw you. And Chris Rock, CB4, White Men Can't Jump. But I observed. And Keith David, I was a stand-in in a minute work. Oh, yeah.
He sat here a few weeks ago.
Tim, yes, you can. I was like, wow, that guy got a deep. You should do radio. He's doing voiceovers for Disney. But, got to see those people and see how they work. And, I was an observer. I wasn't just like, oh, God, I'm going to be in the next act. I'm like, no, let me observe where the camera angles are, what the commands are. And most of those guys, they would give me their chair to sit in. And then with Martin Sheen and Emilio Estevez, they would let me sit with their family and eat with them. I'm like, I'm an extra, and I like, come on, Tim. So they saw a different aura or whatever.
Yes.
And I was like, wow, I appreciate every single one of you. Everybody, if you're watching this, whoever came in my path, I appreciate you. From all the Wayans brothers, everybody, Marley Gibbs, through her, she got me to the casting. I got to meet Jerry Seinfeld. But I looked too young to be a, concert goer, and but I was like, hey, great to meet you, sir. I mean, he worked like 20 hours a day. So you get to meet fabulous people.
Yes.
And then you never know where you're going to be.
Yes. Because
I would have never guessed I'd be here sitting next to you, getting ready to start a whole new hip-hop, like Disney's network. Because, the kids are now from 3 to 9, they don't watch TV. They're on their mobile devices. So I've learned that. And then I saw where Disney sold 24 of their terrestrial radio stations. So I said, I'm ahead of the curve.
Wow.
So you have to be ahead of the curve.
Okay. Now, you also started a film project, various film projects. I mean, where'd you get the feeling to become a filmmaker at?
Well, when you stand in line with 100 actors and they say, okay, action, and you got to say, hey, okay, cut, bye. It's like, wait a minute. And I got tired of just begging for parts.
Okay.
And I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going up against Blair Underwood. I'm not going to get this part. And like, I'm going up against who? Terrence Howard. He has the part. So I said, okay, let me be more of a creator and start creating. And then as technology grows, you can create your own destiny, in my opinion.
And you've done that?
Yeah, I've been blessed to create my own destiny. But I put the work in. It's like 22 hours a day. And I'm really just beginning life right now. Okay.
Now, you're an independent filmmaker. What does that specifically mean?
That means you make the film, get your own money. I edit. I'm the makeup guy. I'm on the set, like putting on makeup. Like, okay, here we go, guys. Let me get you there, Ron.
Thank you.
Put there and okay, get the side there, and I'm doing everything. You know, so it's like all the names you see: Tim Greene, Tim Greene, Tim Greene, Tim Greene, best boy, no boy, hi boy, and it's like
Wow.
And I'm editing 8 months, you know, 20 hours a day, and I had to teach myself all that stuff, and I shoot and I do the casting. Because, you know, in my opinion, you can depend on people, but if it's your baby, nobody's gonna mind your baby like you would.
Nobody. Right.
Yeah. So I had to get it done, or I was just going to be waiting for that phone to ring, and wonder why it's not ringing.
Now, you brought a camera along with you. Can you show us that camera that you
Oh
used
yeah,
back
I
in the
collect
day?
all these cameras. So back in the day, you see this camera? Oh, look at all those lids! Isn't that so fabulous? And this is a Wittenauer. They wouldn't even sell these. They sell these in jewelry stores back in the 40s and 50s. This camera's older than all of us in the room. So you would film your film.
Okay.
And then after you get your film back, whoa, it's a projector. So
Wow.
now you can play your film back. But, you know, nowadays you can shoot a whole movie on this.
On this, yes.
So you see how technology
Technology,
is,
yes, it's
has
changed.
come. But this was great. These cameras are heavy. And Wittenauer jewelry store, you know, they made these for rich. This is the VIP camera. So, but I collect these. I was fortunate and blessed to get this camera, and so you know, it lets me see. And I read Charlie Chaplin, Lucille Ball, how they started. And Charlie Chaplin had no sound, so how could he keep your attention with no sound?
Wow.
So I said, if he can do that, we're blessed to have sound, color, everything.
Okay. Now, there's a system here in Hollywood about how to get a film up on the screen.
It is?
Yes, it is.
Well, I didn't know. I didn't get the handbook.
Well, okay. Because did you ever go to school to become a filmmaker?
No.
You never went to school? No
Never
training?
Went to school. For me, you know, film school is excellent and it's great. If you can afford it, you know, I'm a single parent home. We're getting food stamps. And film school didn't accept food stamps. So I'm like, how about a 10? They're like, no, next. So I had to go out and teach myself how to edit. And then I would watch movies and learn what the cuts were, what the medium shots were, what the long shots were.
Right.
And just by doing. Do I say I have the greatest movies? No, but people thought, like, Tim, you need $30 million, and brothers who were executives, they would tell him, no, Tim will never get a film done and get it next to all the Warner Brothers Paramounts. And I said, really? So I got, I had zero money, so I got rebate checks, clipped out the UPC codes. So people wouldn't believe it. Look at all these rebate checks I saved. And there they are, right there, STP.
Man.
And then $25, my cash would go out to eat and get free movies, all right there. And this is just some. And then I'd get the money on the cards for Pep Boys, and we get free internet. So I'm like, you're going to get your email, so you can't say you don't have internet. Then all our flights, I'd keep all of those there. And then all of our Fujifilm, we get minutes on the phone. And they would send me tons of Visa cards. So I'm
Wow.
like, I can't get credit. You can't, you on food stamps. So I'd gas up all the cash with mobile, and they'd give me the cards, and I'd cut out some more UPC codes and get more checks. And then we had Swanson TV dinners. We had free, they go out to a movie. I said, look, after the cast is over, go see a free movie. There we go. So I did this check by check, and you got to sit in the mail like, come on, check, please come. And that's it. And I did every single one of these or UPC code. If you had a headache, I had some Bear aspirin for free there. So I had everything locked down. And then my marketing. So I had to do the marketing.
Right.
So I'd send out the key thing. You're going to get some tips here. Nobody sends out a fax.
No, they don't.
So I said, so I'm going to sit there and fax, do my emails, fax, because they can delete 100 emails in a second.
Yes.
And never knew you existed. So I said, okay, a fax, you're going to at least look at it and say, okay, let me see who this is here. And then I would send out brightly colored envelopes. So if you get 1 billion envelopes, you're going to see, my letter.
Yes.
And then same thing, all the studios, they end up seeing my letters, and they see them so much, they're like, oh, Tim, save a tree, okay? You stop sending us mail.
Save a tree.
No, really, but it worked
Yes,
because all the studios, and they replied back to me, from William Morris, and we had ICM, and then I even applied for all the ABC studio things, and I had the top film companies writing me letters, and there's Disney, see little Mickey Mouse there, and there's Paramount Pictures right there. There's MGM, you see the lion. So I got all these letters, but all these were no. TV1 didn't even want me. It was like, look, Tim, I don't think so.
Yeah.
And then BET, they were like, what's that, Brothers Entertainment? I was like, oh, okay, I'm done. New Line Cinema. So over the years, I said, you know something? It is BET. I said, wait a minute, BET don't even want Tim Greene? So I kept those. I went to agents, and they were just like, you're not ready. I'm like, you know something? I'm ready, and I'm going to make myself ready by putting in the work. Because, it's always something new. That's like MySpace. Everybody liked Tom. You had Tom as your friend.
Right.
And now Tom, they're blocking him on Twitter. So when MySpace dies out, and then Twitter, and then now it's Snapchat, and then Facebook. So it's going to be something new. And they call me the hip-hop Disney. And with this new network, it's going to be in like over 150 countries.
Wow.
So I said I can easily come back here and do LA radio.
Right.
But now I have an opportunity to go through 150 countries. I had a syndicated show in Japan, which was a top show, World Dance Tracks.
How old were you at this time?
Probably 21, 22. I
All
was
this energy.
making hit, record. I put out 17 singles, making hit records. Larry Blackman signed me at 16. Word up, guy. Word up. And signed me to a contract, flew me up to Milford Plaza in New York. And it was amazing. You just got to hit these people. And, of course, you're going to get a lot of no's.
Right.
Billions of no's. There's Cannon right there.
Standard.
But it takes that one yes.
And you didn't give up. You didn't give up.
No, I tell people, you're watching this, never give up. If you do, it's a wrap. Don't waste your time or other people's time.
Right. We have a picture of this gentleman with Al Pacino. Can you show us that one? These are some of the contacts. There you go. There you go. Look at you. You hung out with the right people.
He is a fabulous individual. I mean, I was in Beverly Hills. I'm doing meetings all over the planet now.
Okay.
And I'm like, wait, no. Al Pacino, he's like, I was his long-lost friend. Like, hey, he's just like old times. I'm like, Al, you are, go ahead, say hello to my little friend. I was like, okay, I'm reloaded.
Wow.
So a lot of these people are fabulous. It depends on how you come at them.
Exactly.
And when you're on the set, and I'll tell people, don't ask for autographs.
No. Oh, no.
Don't come up to them and bug them.
Don't do
and they're
that,
going, and I never ask for anything. They're like, wait a minute, come here.
Yeah,
Come and eat with us. Are you sure? Okay. Can I get a number 6 with a large fry? And come on, I'll pay for it.
Yeah.
So everyone I've met over the years has been fabulous. And now when I see them again and again, and I'm like, Keith David, I was just standing and so, but now I'm taking it to a higher level where a lot of them would give me the respect, like, something, I'm going to probably end up working for you soon. And I'm like, wow, really? You see that?
Yes. Are you trying? When we said earlier, there's a system here in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Are you trying to beat the system?
No, whatever God gives me to do, and everything my angels and beings put in my place.
Yes.
This was set probably thousands of years ago.
Wow.
I'm just here fulfilling, and when I'm off the planet, my orb gets into another vibrational orbit. I'll be somewhere else.
Wow.
Or whoever will be somewhere else.
Wow. Now you've done your own, doing your own PR. You taught me that because like when we do this show,
Yeah.
When we first started doing this show, nobody knew who we were.
Right.
So I started using every available PR device that I knew, like Twitter,
Yeah.
like Facebook, getting the word out there to get people to come and say.
I use your name when I want to cut in line. Ron Brewington. Okay, come on in, buddy.
Can I use your name?
Yes, you can.
Thank you.
It won't work at Kmart or Costco, but it'll get you arrested.
Might get me arrested. Okay.
Yeah,
Never been arrested before.
First time for everything. Just say Tim Greene. Lock him up for you. So.
Oh, Tim, it's amazing how you do it. But then now we come to okay, let's go through the one where you're with CNN News.
Yeah, yes. New York. Never get CNN, the black architects, and they want to train kids to be the next broadcasters of tomorrow.
Okay, there you go. Yeah.
So
thank you.
We got all these kids together. They called me in, Tim, could you fly in, and that's CNN Studios in New York. And all those kids who never got to see a newsroom, they're going to be the reporters of tomorrow.
Exposure.
So you have to see those things, and half of them I'll probably be working for in about 10 years.
Wow.
So that was a blessing there. Really, everything that happens to me, the total blessing. I never would have guessed I'd be in those places.
Can you go to the next one, please, sir? Next one, which is WVON Fox. Okay.
Yeah, and then there's Chicago. Every city I go to, all the news people with WVON, the top talk station in Chicago, the Kroc Center, Ronald, people who created McDonald's, created these huge centers with everything, like a football field, for underserved areas, underprivileged. So I'll go in. We had the place packed outside the door. And then we get television. So I'll put these kids on TV so they can see, and they have suits and ties on.
Yes.
Pants aren't sagging or whatever.
Yes.
And they have 4.0s right out the hood.
Wow.
In every city. We just came back from Detroit, Highland Park, and you would think, oh, this is burnt out Detroit. Oh my gosh, don't shoot me. But no, these kids were fabulous. And one kid played 5 sports, and he was like, well, the inconsistency of my ability. I'm like, whoa, kid, where are you from? So it takes people to come in like yourself, or we have Kalia, Nicole Smith, who comes in for females. She has out of Detroit, been working with me for 7 years. She gets 4.0, 100% on every test in college. So she's going to show, females, look, you can do this. She had her own group, scores film, graphic design, has her own business at 22.
Right.
So you can do whatever you want to do, and but don't waste other people's time.
Right.
If you think I might want to do this, no, you got to put in the work.
How do you get these kids?
Well, they know me now, and they line up around the block. You go to timgreenefilms.com, you'll see the videos from New York. I get in New York at 10 in the morning. I don't get out till noon the next day. 4 in the morning, I'm on Broadway in front of Caroline's talking to people, and they're there 4 in the morning, 5 in the morning. But I make sure I talk to every single person. Philadelphia, I think it's American Idol, but I'm straight up with people, and they know I'm going to give them advice. I'm going to tell them the realness. Now, you may not be a star. Then what are you going to do?
Okay. So if I go up on timgreenefilms.com.
Yeah, Tim Greene Films with the E, timgreenefilms.com.
Right.
You'll see the videos on the tours. And then, I was the Grand Marshal of one of the parades here in Hollywood.
Yes,
on
you
NBC.
were, yes.
And then I got a call from you. I was like, hey, Tim, is that you on TV on that float, Grand Marshal? I was like, Ron, oh, wow.
So he looks familiar. I've seen that guy somewhere before.
Yeah, that was a blessing. Larry Grant. And he said the first time I met you, Tim.
Yeah,
so
unfortunately, Larry Grant passed away.
Yeah, but I know him. I would sit and watch movies when I appreciate people. Don't just use people. So when I got the call, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not Spike Lee. I'm not, Spielberg. But for my energy, and it's just amazing to see all those thousands of people wave at you and call your name and appreciate you. Yes. And I'm just getting started in life. Right.
And that was the Martin Luther King, the annual Martin Luther King parade.
That's right. Yeah, that's on the website as well. And then Beverly Hills, a packed standing room only.
Wow.
And then Directors Guild of America, that picture is there where they called, and I was on the Low Budget Summit, the show about marketing with these top PR people. And it was the main auditorium, and I'm like, wow. I'm not the water guy. I'm on the panel. And then they called me in the Philadelphia Film Festival. Then they put me in the business of film, and the magazine was at AFM, American Film Market. So, and then I got, just tons of just badges from all over. I'm like, wow, this is not bad. And then ended up, by doing your own PR, getting in, Word Up magazine, read those issues. See that hip hop, read it. Yeah. And you'll learn more. And I use some of the charts. And then get your music in film and TV. Read those magazines. Yes. So every time I'm in town, I'm on the front page with super kids. These kids use their superpowers to take their neighborhood back. And then Music Connection with the music.
Yes.
So that's a music magazine. You can do it. And still, every city I go to, I make sure before I get there, and then the business of film. So you can do this. People have to know. It's like, who you know. Not, in my opinion, it's who knows you.
Right. Exactly.
So, because if they didn't know who I was and I didn't keep hitting people, not just when I need something.
Yes.
I'm usually always giving back.
Right. Okay. Now, that is hip-hop right in this device right here. Can you tell us about
for a new network. You see Disney has merchandising. They call me the hip-hop Disney dude.
Right, they sure do.
So we're going to have all these compilations of hip-hop, and then this is a gummy hamburger. We're going to have Next Kids gummy hamburgers and gummy slices of pizza and clothing. Anytime you see someone wearing our logo, which you'll see later on, you know you're helping communities around the planet. Because we're going to be giving back. Because, I don't need $100 million. I don't. What am I going to do with that?
Wow.
Buy more stuff to give away. And then they did an article on me on Backstage. I was probably the first or only African-American independent artist because they liked how I did all the rebate checks. And it was like, are you kidding me? And then I ended up rapping and had Facts of Life you'll see on YouTube. And I was on hundreds of stations at 16. And then ended up Mark Ripley Thomas giving me accommodations.
Supervisor, yes.
To the city of Los Angeles.
Yes.
So it can happen. And then there's nothing like kids giving you cards saying, Tim, that's you. thank you, Tim, you rock. And they're like, thanks so much for the pretty watch. And then they're giving me turkey hands. So it's like, hey, hands out to you. So just getting all these messages, I don't know what that is, but it's great. That's me.
That's hard. That's hard. Yeah, that's you.
And I hold these, and there I am too. Hey, look at me. And Olivia wrote that. So they're like, thank you, Tim. So just getting those right there and seeing them get their first national commercials.
Wow.
I don't get paid. It's fabulous. Well, I do get paid. It's like, wow, sending out that vibration. So
why do you do this?
Tell me why. No.
I want to know.
No, probably thousands of years ago, it's a God-given gift.
Yes.
And God is like, this is what you're going to do now. And I would never guess I'd still be here in Los Angeles in every single, newspaper across the country doing what I do.
Right.
So, yeah, God-given gift. And like I said, just to have this network and the technologies there, it's unbelievable. And we got 400 projects from kids around the world.
400 projects?
400 that Kalia Nicole Smith edited herself. Took her like probably 6 months. And you're going to get to see these fabulous, phenomenal kids that may not get a chance to get on Disney or Nickelodeon, because they play stars. But that's where the talent, because I'm there. Where most executives are in the office back home, in the office in the Malibu back home.
Right.
I'm in hoods around the country.
Right.
And I built this brand already. I already have people already ready to buy it already.
Okay.
And I didn't even put it on the air yet, but they know me, and they know, okay, Tim's going to get it done.
Yes.
So, and I'm looking at having a studio here in Los Angeles, one in Atlanta, and New York. And then we're going to cover really the world, because that's what I've been doing anyway. I have over 1 million bloggers and journalists. I've been in articles in India. Oh, yeah, that's nothing. And now you hit one button. I've been in India. I got people who would change the PR into Spanish, Italian, German, simple. And then with technology, that they can it translates for you itself.
Gotcha.
And you just hit that PR, and it goes all around the planet. And then with the kids that I have, be over 6 million, they have tens of millions of friends, and they're going to retweet it to all their friends' Instagram. So the PR is there. They'll do it. The audience, because they say, oh, my God, I've never seen this before. And we have projects that people have never seen before, and when we test people with it, all they get is a smile. Just like when you saw a couple of them, you smile. So I sent up that vibration, which helps heal. So I did my job. Thank you, God. Did it. I'm good. Next plan.
When these young people, usually inner city kids, never seen this stuff before, when they go over and they put their hands on you, they put their hands on equipment, what's the look on their face?
Well, a lot of them don't even know how to shake hands. So I'm like, look, you have to give me a firm handshake and give me eye contact. And before we leave, and then same thing for the females, for Kalia, they see how an exceptional female acts. And so now it's like, wow, because most of the time they get adult content on the radio. Okay. And if they're 3, 4, 5, they're hearing mother beep, 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 beep. And I'm like, whoa. And they're reciting it. I'm like, where'd you get that from? You curse better than me. So, but when they hear somebody say, no, that's not right. Try this. And then I give out, medals of honor, certificates of excellence.
Yes, certificates.
And, and we sometimes we'll frame them up. And, and they have these years later, they're coming back. Remember me? Wait a minute, that was 5 years ago. You still got that. That looks new. Wow, thank you. And then they still have their medals. They're wearing them, and we give out like 5, 6 trunks I shipped here.
I've seen the trophies you give the guys.
Oh, yeah, and they get trophies for sports, golf, to get them into golf and tennis and, soccer. And not just the basketball's cool. We got those too. And they hold on to them trophies, boy. They're like, you better get off my trophy. Tim Greene Films gave me that. Kalia gave me that one. So it's great because nobody ever does that for them.
Who's Kalia?
Kalia Nicole, she's been working with me for 7 years.
Okay.
And she does graphic design. She does editing. She edited all those 400-something videos. And, I know her fingers are cramped up now, like just cutting. And then she had her own group. So when her dad brought it to one of my workshops in Detroit, because I've been in Detroit for the past 11 years, and she had talent. So I said, okay, sign the paperwork, because still, I got to protect me. You sign a confidentiality, you sign a release forms where you bump into something. No, you can't sue me.
Right.
And then I can sue you for $3 million if you try to compete with me.
Right.
But I have to do that, because you know how people change.
Oh, yeah.
You're my best friend. Like, oh, I'll never know you. Get out of here.
Yes.
So people can change up. But she hasn't changed up in all these years. Thank you, Kalia. You haven't changed up on me.
Thank God.
Wait a minute, Kalia, where'd she go? Huh, no, I'm kidding.
How do you see yourself?
I don't. I don't even, for me, it's like whatever God says do when I wake up. I'm here. This is a blessing just to be back, and people still think I live here.
Yeah.
Because I'm here so much. But I'm going to probably most likely be back here because I have to be, because this is the center of where everything goes on.
I'd like to bring you back when you get your studio open up so you can tell us about it. Yes.
And it's like, I don't see myself as anything. This is this is what God paid. I've been a giver all my life. And some people take advantage, or used to, because I got over 50 kids signed here in Hollywood, working. Didn't take a percentage. Could have made a decent amount, 6 figures. But I didn't take a penny. And same thing when I get actors from New York, and I ship them here, and, because I know some of everybody. But I'm not an agent, not a manager. I just said, look, just go enjoy life. Do what you got to do.
Right. Gosh. And let's go back in your career a little bit. A few years ago, you met a lady, and you called her the Rapping Granny.
Yes, Rapping Granny.
Okay. Can you? There's a photo that you have of him when he's showing. Can you show us the photo of him and Rapping Granny? Okay. There you go. Thanks.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, Granny, you're going to do 5 paces to the left, get the Geritol, and then come back and get a couple vitamins and say hello to your homies in the old folks' home. There we go. Yeah. And take 2. But yeah, we were going over her video, and I met her. I was doing my radio appearances with The Beat and KJLH. And I said, man, you're rapping for the wrong people. You need to be rapping for these executives. And I didn't even have a contract. I got a napkin. I think it was in Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, okay? We're right here in that Roscoe's tea. Roscoe's. Not that iced tea, Roscoe's. More syrup, please, Cynthia? Okay. But a napkin. And I'm like, look, I'm going to take you off the market, because if I don't, Paramount or Warner Brothers will. So I signed the napkin. I said, when I get home, I'm going to fax again. We're faxing. And faxed her that contract, and I said within months, bam, 3-year deal, 20th Century Fox on Beetleborgs. She was one of the stars of the kids show.
Right. 35
national commercials, 17 feature films. She was the landlord in Steve Harvey's show. America's Got Talent, over 40 million votes. Almost won the whole show. Granny-O's breakfast cereal, the first hip-hop greeting cards.
Right.
If you see the soda label there, Rapping Granny's Hip Hop Pop. And we had Slammin' Strawberry, Get Your Groove On, Grape. And then I did my PR. They said, you're not going to get into the soda magazine. Nobody knows you. Oh, yeah? Bam, Periscope. There we go. And there's the label I created, Rapping Granny. They gave me a whole page. They said, man, dude, you are just living hip-hop pop, hip-hop. And it's sold out all over the place. Wow. And then the Granny-O's breakfast cereal, Get Your Groove On with Granny. Wow. And then I was going to do a cartoon called Granny's Place. But then God was like, okay, now we're going to take it to a different level. So I said, all right, Granny, we got you there, made you a millionaire. Now what's next? So I said, okay, let me just start making film. And just kept making film, still playing tennis, and ended up putting out Creepin', which was the first one, broke records, made a couple mil for the distributor. And they said, oh, you're not going to do that again.
Can you show us the Creeping poster, Ron?
Yeah, it's Creeping, and I started that franchise. It was like, I know who you did last summer. I know who you killed last summer. So, and it's like, and then guess what? Then I got bootlegged, and the bootleg did a whole different poster, and it was tight. I was like, man, give me the bootlegger's address. Shoot, make my posters. And I went to the store, and I'm like, yo, that's my movie. Okay, I give you a discount. You get discount. At least they gave me a $2 discount, so I was cool on that. And then they said, you can't do it again. So I said, man, I don't pay attention. When people say you can't, maybe they don't want you to, because it's like, wait a minute, I'm trying to do the same thing. You just got to keep going and keep going and keep going.
And keep going.
Yeah.
Now, you brought us a video of Rapping Granny when she got on America's Got Talent.
Yes.
Can you roll that for me, please?
9 acts. I'm sitting in the middle of them, hoping to be called up on stage. Where are you from?
Alpine, California.
Kenny Shelton from Alpine, California.
Yes.
You think you got a shot up there?
I think so.
Not yet! It's Granny, Rapping Granny here, who comes up next, Kenny. Maybe you later. All right, Granny. Out you come. Okay, baby.
I'm Rapping Granny from Los Angeles, California, and I'm 73 years old. My son, he was a DJ, and he used to scratch those records all the time. He used to run me out of the house. I used to go insane. So one day I told him, I said, look, I can write a rap, And they laughed at me. I said, give me a funky beat. He said, for what? I said, just do it, boy, just do it. So he did, and I started rapping, and he almost died. Him and my grandkids said, oh, my God. I hope America gets behind me, and all my seniors and everybody that likes to get down and get busy with Granny. hit those digits and vote for me so Granny can win this contest.
Let me ask you something. Can your grandmother rap? Well, this one can, and she's the one and only Rappin' Granny.
Hit me with that funky beat.
What time is it?
Granny time. On your feet if you want to get crunk with it. On your feet if you want to get crunk with it. Kneel down to the queen. Bow that knee, yield. I have the right of way. Granny's on a mission. Kiss my feet and listen. Listen, rap acrobats trying to pull stunts. I hit home runs and you can't even butt. You couldn't get a base hit if they paid you. The GRN and Y's gonna fade you. Don't run up. You're just a baby with a diaper rash. All the bitches cross my knee and get the spank and ask me no questions. You know what time it is. Limbs on the cut. Now tell me how to find this. Step back, you wait. Go hit the sack. Get off the crack. I'll let you like I got the knack. Sharp as a tack, cutting up like a hacksaw. I'm the hardest step as fresh as rapper you ever saw. Back up, stay up, get lost clown. Before you step up to Granny, you better kneel. What they better do? Kneel. Woo! Kneel. Can you move like Granny? What they better do? Kneel. I said what they better do? Kneel. Granny, what they better do? Kneel. They better kneel. What they better do? They better kneel down.
Oh, wow.
What they better do? Kneel.
Now, where's she at these days? What's she doing?
Yeah, she's still doing her thing. Her son and them contacted me about a month ago, and but you know I don't manage anymore because just managing a network that's going worldwide takes my whole life.
Right.
So I can't put that kind of energy into her like I used to. But she had a good run on Everybody Hates Chris. They said 35 national commercials.
Wow.
17 feature films. Remember Don't Be a Menace, the old ladies breakdancing in the church?
Yes.
I went to the Wayans Brothers and they were shooting and they were knocked out. I'm like, you need an old lady rapping Granny. And before I knew it, we're in the church and she's breakdancing. They have stand-ins and doubles. And for me, I've been fortunate. Anybody I see with talent, if I think you can get signed, I can get you probably signed here in Hollywood. But I'm not doing that anymore. So there are tons of emails. But I've gotten over 100 people here without taking a percentage.
You know, Tim, as I know you and you tell me a lot of things that you've done, there's a story that you told me about with the children that you work with. This one is really one that we got to tell.
Okay.
Her name is Elizabeth.
Oh, yes. Fabulous. On my tours, on my 30-city tours, I was in Wilmington. And this young lady came up to me and you know, I was passing her stuff. It was dropping like, oops. I was like, my bad. But I didn't know she was blind. Because her energy is so up. And she was born without eyes. She has cerebral palsy. And her eyes are prosthetic. So when she did her monologue, out of about 200 kids, she did her monologue, knocked everybody out. She did a nice Disney monologue. So I said, I'm going to work with you. And I keep my word. If I say I'm going to do something, it's done. You know, I'm not just talking. And within months, we end up working together. She's been working with me since 9 for 7 years. And then ABC did a story on us. And then she spoke with me in Washington. I took her on some of my tours in Washington, and NPR did a national story on us. And just her energy, she's been on my radio show. If you had a bad day, you can't. Because she can't see, can't hardly walk, cerebral palsy, and she's always happy. So, and we send that vibration out all over the planet. And I finished the documentary, and we follow her journey to Hollywood to walk on the red carpet, called Hollywood, Here We Come. She's a blind filmmaker with a vision for filmmaking.
Okay. Now, you brought a video along with you.
Yeah.
Can you roll it, please, sir?
And meet Elizabeth Harrington. She's 15 years old and born blind, but has a vision for making movies.
Action!
That's That's right, and we are inside the historic Freedom Theater on North Broad Street in Philadelphia, one of the oldest black theaters in the nation.
And our first story could very well be the stuff of stage and film.
That's right, Tamla Edwards has this incredible up from the bootstraps tale.
Action!
Also, meet one of the world's only blind filmmakers. It's a Special Visions 2013 starting right now.
Now from a documentary about women whose contributions the world didn't see to a young movie maker who can't see.
Kenneth Bolton has the inspiring story of this teenager believed to be the world's only blind filmmaker.
Everybody ready, guys?
15-year-old Elizabeth Harrington was born with cerebral palsy and no eyes. But when it comes to making movies, she has a vision.
Action!
Filmmakers need to see. How do you do it?
It's hard to explain, but I can tell, like, where they are in the stage. Like, if they're stage right, stage left, or downstage, and I can also tell if you're a good actor or not. I wasn't really hearing the emotion.
Elizabeth was discovered by feature film producer Tim Greene, who makes movies for kids by kids.
I'm sort of like the Walt Disney of hip-hop, where my films are no guns, no cursing, but they're fun.
Elizabeth started working with Greene when she was 9 years old, and now she has a children's film and a co-director credit under her belt.
That's how you do it.
Okay.
Good job.
Her latest and favorite project is called From Tragedy to Triumph, the story of a community who turned an abandoned supermarket and a crime-infested neighborhood into a community hub. Why did you want to do this?
I wanted to do this because I want to inspire kids. I like that. I like that. That's tight. I get up in the morning, I say to myself, I'm going to conquer any challenge that come my way. I don't care what it is.
Elizabeth is hoping for a scholarship to Temple University, where she plans to major in acting, then score a role in a Disney show. How far do you want to go?
I want to go all out.
Oscar?
Yes.
You be an Oscar-nominated filmmaker?
Yes.
Always the director, Elizabeth wrote the ending to our story.
And I'm Elizabeth Harrington. Have a great day.
All right, that's good. There you go.
Just an incredible...
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Elizabeth.
Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing.
She is amazing.
God put her here for a reason.
Oh, yeah, and we crossed paths out of all the millions of miles I put on, and right there, and she's been in for 7 years.
Wow.
And always up, energetic. She enlightens people.
How old is she now?
About 16.
About 16.
And she works the computer. You know, she has her own computer that talks, and I'm like, wow. I thought it was a beatbox. I was playing around with it, like, but she, amazing.
Amazing.
And then, you know, and I put on like anybody. I mean, we had kids in a wheelchair in Detroit. I don't care who you are. If you know, you have ability, you have a drive to do things, and she has more drive than a lot of people I know, and can't see and can't hardly walk. With cerebral palsy.
And then there's Rebecca Lowry.
Yeah, another. She was in one of my Charlotte tours. Like when I go around the world from Atlanta to wherever, and I see you have talent and you're dedicated and you've done stuff. Not, well, I've done it and I think I'm going to, no, let me see what you've done. And she's a fabulous artist. So I said, you know something? Do my storyboards. You know, got her featured on Tom Joyner's and American Web. And she's fabulous and she draws like unbelievable, you know, for her age, at, 13. So they need that break. Just like Billie Jean King, Arthur Ashe, and all them gave me breaks. And I use those breaks, and you keep going. And all the men in my neighborhood, from Bill Ross, Bill Johnson, you learn from that, you appreciate that, and then usually you're going to give back, just like you were given.
Right. You leave a lasting impression on kids, and they leave a lasting impression on you, obviously.
Well, like I said, God give me a gift. Thank you, angels. Thank you, God.
Yeah.
What you want me to do next?
Yeah.
So, wait a minute, I think he's talking to me.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Now, you plan, like you said, on having a studio set up around the country.
Yeah, because I cover the country. So I think it would be easier, because they have a lot of kids from Atlanta who have some fabulous talent, which you'll see.
Yes.
And then here, there's tons of kids that I get. And then in New York, those are the hubs where media is and where things happen. So for me, covering the country like I do, I've been in Atlanta for 11 years. I'm doing power networking tours, and there's Stedman, and there's me, and I'm on panels. So I get to do all these panels and all these free workshops. I keep it free.
Right.
And we give, my apartment is like a warehouse because I know I'm going to be in these different cities. And That's what I do. That's what I'm going to do until I'm off this planet.
Okay. First there was Oprah Winfrey. Then there was Tyler Perry. Is Tim Greene next?
For me, honestly, that's a lot of responsibility of dealing with 100 people on a film set, and you know, you get different personalities, and sometimes it can be difficult because you're like, oh my God, where did this person come from? And for me, at first I was like, look, I'm not trying to be Tyler Perry because, you know, my brother has done his marketing when he comes to Philly in his place for the past 10 years.
Okay.
And it's like, I never asked him, could you, you know, tell Tyler that? No, when you make it and you do it yourself, people are going to come and say, okay, you know something? Let me tap on that and move it further. Or Oprah can say, you know something, Tim? Hey, you know, I've seen you on Ron's show.
Yeah.
Somebody sent me the link. And, you know, and make it greater. And then the celebrities here, I'm going to give this, here's the catch. I'm going to give this away for free. Because the people who need it probably can't afford it. Can't afford $10 a month, $9 a month. But I'm at an NPR station, National Public Radio. And I thank, you know, Dr. Skinner, Dr. Emmons, Operation Manager Candace Hall, who allows me to go around the country and still come back and do mornings out of Charlotte. And they do fundraisers. And they raise hundreds of thousands within 10 days. So I'm like, okay, if you like this kind of programming that's going to send positive vibrations to you, your kids, and it's consistent, they're going to have a chance to be stars, send $1. And I won't have to go through, you know, say a Kickstarter or whatever. No, I go directly to the people for the past 20 years. And people know me by now. And they know this is what I do.
Wow.
And, you know, this is the people's network. They're going to build, okay, this is their studio. It's their, you know, and it's simple because technology is there where I don't need transmitters.
Right.
Like terrestrial radio.
Right.
It's not going to cost hundreds of thousands a year to run.
No.
So.
The parents of a lot of these children, what do they say to you?
Thank you. Oh, thank you. No.
Yeah, thank you.
You know, it's just they know I'm cool, but you know, for me still to be in my personal space, you got to be 18 or over.
Got you.
Because you know it's a crazy world out there.
Yeah, it is.
And I got to you know protect me and what I do. So if you're not 18 or over, and then if you're 18 or over, you're signing release forms and all kinds of paperwork to say, okay, I got to protect me, because still people change up on you. And, you know, and even some of the parents can sometimes get new. Well, I want a limo for my kid. I'm like, really? The part of Keisha will be played by Shonda today. And I keep it moving. No time for games.
No time for games?
No.
What makes your films different from other films?
I think they're real. And when you see the girl doing like this, you know, she just got her hair hooked up and the glue ain't dry yet. So, you know, if you're sometimes here, you can't write that because you don't see that. And the jokes I write are good. I get the upcoming comedians, or Michael Shoney's been on the Apollo, or Denny Live who's been on BET, and I'll give them opportunity. Just like Kevin Hart from Philly too, he did every independent film he could see.
Right.
And now, $38 million later, but he puts in the work. And he used to be right on South Street. I'm like, wow. And same thing with Will Smith. I would go to radio panels when he was rapping, and I was like a teen radio person. And I saw him on a panel, and I'm like, it was Bismarcky, him, Barry Weiss from Jive Records, and I'm like, okay, this guy has it. His Will's personality came across. That's before even doing movies, and I'm like, wow. Then I would see him in Fayetteville, North Carolina. Then I would see him, you know, because I was a DJ, so I got to see all these artists from Master P and Diddy, and I'm just observed, and I'm like, okay, I see what needs to be done. I would see how hard a Jamie Foxx would work, and then when I got on his show with Rock, and I would bring all my rapping granny stuff in between takes, but he was cool. He was like, yo, what's up, Tim? You know, I see you at the Roxy, or you know, it was Carlos and Charlie's then, and I watched how the Wayans worked it, and they were phenomenal to me. They didn't have to say, Tim, wow, you got a nice station, I appreciate your show. Or one of the other ones gave me the little camera and said, come on in. I'm like, dude, you don't even know me, but you're inviting me into the set with the portable camera to watch everything. And then end up getting my talent in their movies. So it can happen. So and then some of the older actors will call me from when I have my number on the website and say, Tim, I appreciate what you're doing. I'm like, wow. I just saw your movie. I just saw your movie. So for the older actors to appreciate that and say they like it, I'm good. Life is great.
Do you still do any more acting?
To be or not to be? That's the question. See, that was terrible. Yeah. But, you know, sometimes it depends because I'm, you know, more of the creating end. And I'd rather send out the vibration that we're going to send out with this network every day, because when you see it, you're going to send up that smile. And that keeps your internal going, and your immune system makes it healthier. And I think that's better, smiles, with all the other stuff that's going on in the world.
Gotcha. Now you brought the red bag. Would you tell us what that is?
Oh yeah, I brought hundreds and about 500-600 of these, and on Christmas, because I'm doing this tour around the clock.
Gotcha.
And I brought all of these Santa bags, so then I'll load them up with toys, and just tie them up there and just give them out, hundreds, and then we get 200 and about 35 laptops.
Right.
And then I'll have graduation outfits on, so the kids, they got to see that, okay, this is graduation, they're getting awards, medals of honor, so then they want to stay in school. So, and then they got to see me and say, or see you, and say, okay, well, I want to be like Ron Brewington. I want to be a great reporter. But if it's never brought in their world,
right, they're not exposed to it, right? Never see it.
Not going to happen. And then we're going to have, little, next to all the merchandising, little dolls. And you want to be a director, I give these little booklets out if you're a male, or if you're a female director, like, say, Ava DuVernay, or, and then, I don't even know what year this is. I bought a bus ticket to come out here. Who's going to get on a Greyhound bus? Woo, look how long that is. You're stopping off at 20 stops. It takes you like a month to get to L.A. from Philly. But I always kept that, because I said, I'm going to Philly, I'm going.
Tim, you're something else. Something else.
And then you got to be different. So when you're sending out to actors watching this, see, you pop out the CD like that. That's a different case and a different reel. So be different when you're doing stuff. And then my thank you cards, don't just send out the basic thing that everybody's doing. I got something different there. Hey, dog, in Hollywood. So they know that's my. When you get that, they say, okay, here's Tim. And everybody that put it up on their desk, and you'll be trademarked by your whatever card you have. So be innovative.
Wow. Do you have limits?
Let's see. Yeah, I can't eat 2 packs of romaine noodles at once. So, because the salt. Oh, woo. But hey, you're an actor. You eating some noodles once or twice, or 3 times or 4 times like me. But no, I don't. No, you put whatever limit you put on yourself, you might as well just stop doing what you do.
Yeah.
Because like I said, in life, it's like I was just born right now. I'm just getting started, and no one can sway me in any direction negatively.
Okay.
So, but that's my opinion only.
Okay, because limits, they're out there, but you seem to have gotten around them.
No, my opinion is it's the limit you put on yourself. Exactly. And don't think everybody's going to like you, actors and producers out there. Is there some people that probably don't like me? Oh, I can't. Oh, that joke was corny. I can't stand Tim. Okay, and I'll just move right around and say, oh, bless you, and I'll keep it moving.
Got you.
And, if you try to block me, I'll go right around. And there have been blocks.
Yeah.
And I keep it nice, keep it positive, because you never know when you might need that person or they're going to need you later.
Right. Now, you've got another program right now where you're using the computer. We have a logo that goes along with that. Can you put the logo up for just a second that you've been using with this computerized thing? You want to talk about that?
Yeah, that's going to be the logo to the Kids Network.
Okay.
So if you go to my USB, you'll get to see that circle with the kids. And that's going to be plastered around the planet.
Okay.
And just like, Disney, that their logo by now. Yeah, there you go, with the green circle right there. And it took me 17 artists to come up with that logo. I said, look, I want something right to the point. As soon as you see it, you're going to be like, wow.
Right.
Kids having fun. And that's what it's about, fun.
Yes. Oh, that's cute.
There you go.
That is cute.
And everybody's having fun. We're discovering all the new artists around the world. And they can't wait looking at them like, wow, all the great positive songs. So you see their smiles and they're happy. And the music notes, and they got the ball moving. And, and from all over the world.
And kids will be more using computers, and you'll have a computer giveaway?
And I want to give away 1,000 computers a month. But I say as I go along, and I've been doing this without sponsors, with my own money, period.
Wow.
So, and then I would go around Christmas time. I said, look, give me 25 coupons and we can get these kids some haircuts. And they would, sure, here's 25 certificates, give them out to kids for haircuts. And then I'd go to Liberty Pharmacy, and they would give $100, just like that. Because then I'd go to a supermarket, like, okay, can we get cases of something, tuna and turkeys, and just give it out. I don't go by just the holiday, because people need help year round.
Right.
So I'm doing it 24/7. Christmas every day. That's Christmas in July and August when we were here, because all the kids were just like, hey, you the prize lady, you the prize man. But you know, we'll probably go back over there again. So, and they'll still have their medals of honor and trophies right there. And this guy had the keyboard all day. He wasn't letting that thing go. We had a big keyboard, and he was just like playing, like, I can't wait to get home and get the batteries.
Well, the technology is definitely changing a lot. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
see that you are holding teen and kids conferences.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot on their mind.
Yeah.
And like no one cares.
And so you listen to them.
Oh, yeah. And we have a kids conference, and then we have a teens conference. And, you know, I'll speak to foster kids. And one kid after, I said, I'm totally proud of you. And at the end of the event, he's like, you know, came back up to me, you know, nobody ever said that to me. I'm like, what? Wow. So one or two words you can say to somebody can either make or break their world.
That's right.
And same thing for me. One word, if a tennis coach is like, no, that's not a word. And you'll remember that forever. And if you get all negative stuff, you'll remember that forever. And then your life will go in a whole different direction. And when I go to the prison, sometimes they'll have cousins, uncles. And I said, wait a minute, somebody's going to have to break this chain.
Right.
And I said, well, my dad wasn't there. I'm miserable. I said, whoa. Mine wasn't there either, okay? I never got locked up.
Right.
Brothers went to Ivy League colleges, ran television networks, presidents, and Heart Media, another brother, one of the youngest programmers. So it can happen. Sister, booking all the jazz shows. We would never guess that we would be in those positions, but you got to point, direct, and go do it. Don't just hang around and talk about, oh, yeah, we're going to do it. Okay, you said that 4 years ago. Where are you at now? You still, we're doing a rewrite. Ain't it the 80th rewrite? So, my opinion only. So.
Now, I understand you were a finalist for a Sony Innovators Award.
Yeah, when I first came to town, they had the Sony Innovators because, you know, I was always innovative doing something, and I ended up being a finalist. So I said, okay, you know something, that's cool. And then I said, let me just do, and, you know, I don't do this for people to say, oh, you're great. And you do. No, I said, let me just do and get things done. And that's what I do now.
Right. When you get a chance to write a book, are you going to do it?
Yeah, I already have everything set on, from rebate checks from tennis, on how I did it in a single parent home in the hood. And we weren't, we were PO. We couldn't even afford the OR. Man, y'all PO. And, boy, I could work a food stamp. Well, that's how I learned to do all the rebate checks. I'd be like, let me see, it's a $10, $20, she got on that card. And, and all the females in the hood wanted to put up their access card and EBT cards to feed the cast. And I said, no, but I totally appreciate all of them and all of you ladies from around the country who came on board and wanted to just contribute. Totally appreciate all of you if you're watching this and across your world.
Yeah. Ooh, Tim Greene, how do you want to be remembered?
From giving you this, could you run and get that bag real quick for me? Because, you know, Ron Burrington, I must have like $10 from Ron in silver coins. Because every time, you know, you can get that bag. Yeah, right there. And,
Thank you. Yes.
So I said, what can I give Ron? Because he's giving me. And when times were rough when I first started, I didn't spend that. I was like, oh, this can buy me a 4-pack of noodles. But I was like, no, Ron gave it to me. I can't do it. So the production where it says director, the director bag, see right there, with that shirt. So I said, I'm going to find something to give to Ron before we run out. But for me, it's been fun. It's just been a pleasure for you to even have me here.
Oh, God.
Because I appreciate you forever.
Thank
Ron
you.
Brewington.
Thank you.
So, you know, I got my director's bag here. Woo. So I had to get a different kind of bag. So I said, okay, I got to get a one-of-a-kind thing for Ron now. So now I get to give you something. So now everybody, Ron says, call my agent. And that's for you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I
My
appreciate
goodness.
you.
Let's see how that looks on me. Wow, that looks good.
Oh, yeah, I'll call your agent. Yeah.
Call my agent, shoot.
Matter of fact, your agent's ringing now, I think.
Thank you.
No,
Thank
Ron's
you.
busy right now.
Thank
He's on a show, okay? Have your kids to call our kids. We'll do lunch. Okay,
All right,
bye.
let's do lunch.
Okay.
We got a minute just to ask you one question. I love Sudi.
One more? Okay.
One more
Okay.
question.
Okay.
And that is, how do you want to be remembered, Tim Greene?
I don't. So just forget you ever met me.
Can't do that.
No, I'd say for me, while I'm on this planet, all my protectors, all my angels, beings, God that protects me seriously and follow me and make sure I'm in the right place at the right time. I really, I just do what I do. I don't do this to be remembered and to be. And then, when I'm off this planet and my orbit and vibration is somewhere else, cool. We start all over again.
Yeah.
So I'm just doing every day what I was meant to do and put here to do on this space and time. And I send out that vibration. Now God has allowed me to send it around the planet. And when you see these projects, we're going to get thousands of new songs from kids all over the world.
Wow.
It's going to be radio and TV.
Sky's the limit, man. God bless you for coming by.
Thank you,
We
sir.
appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
I wish you had more time, but when you get back again with your studio thing, come on down, my brother.
You know
come
I
on
will.
down.
You know I will.
Definitely. God
Ron
bless you.
Brewington.
God bless- Tim Greene. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Tim Greene. I hope you enjoyed yourself today. We'll see you next time.